So, so yesterday we had a discussion about all operators, how operators work in C#.NET, and after that we have seen one important concept, the difference between uh, like uh, parse int dot parse or int dot try parse and convert dot to int. We have seen that kind of a difference between those three kind of mechanisms, and now the concept is conditional statements. Okay, so now the concept is conditional statement. Let me go to this Visual Studio, and before jumping into this conditional statement, let me give a kind of overview how the program will get executed. Okay, let me put a breakpoint here. Okay, and I'm going to run this one. Let's comment everything here, and I'm going to run this one. So the first statement in the main program is going to hit first, and whenever I click on this continue or F11 in the keyboard, so then the next statement will get execute, and the next statement will get execute after that. This will continue in step-by-step process. Okay, so what I mean to say here is, if I write 100 lines of code or 10 lines of code, how the program will get execute in the C# environment here is, it will execute the first statement in the program first, and then it will continue to execute next statement, and after the statement it will keep on executing. Okay, that is the execution flow of the particular program. So I meant to say line by line execute, line by line execution will happen in the C# program. Okay,
Okay.
but why we need this kind of conditional statement in our programming is, so conditionally, I want to change the program execution with some condition base. I want to change the program execution flow. I want to change. At that time, we are going to use this conditional statement. So initially, what I said. So the whatever the code we are writing here, this will execute in the step-by-step process. If I want to change that execution flow based on the condition, okay, saying that if a particular condition meet, go and execute this part. If the particular condition is not meeting our criteria, then go and execute other part. That kind of condition based execution we are doing with our program. So that kind of condition based execution we can do in our C# program with the help of this if else, for, while, do while, switch, for each kind of conditional statement. So basically
Okay.
conditional statement will help us to change the execution flow of a particular C# program, to change the execution flow of a particular C# program. Okay, so I think Raj joined the call.
Yeah, he's showing it.
Yeah, Raj, have you joined the call? Raj, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll be the application of
Yes,
for
yes,
me.
sir. Sure, sure. Thanks for joining the call, Raj.
Okay.
We just started here. So
Uh,
the topic for today is conditional statements. So before explaining the concept of conditional statement, so I am trying to explain how program will get executed in the C#. Whatever the program we are writing in C#, or how that program getting executed in our lines of code. So if you consider that one, See, like I have written 4 lines of code here by declaring the variables and assigning the values to that particular variables. If that is the case, how this program will get execute? As we already know, the main will be the starting point of the program. It will come to the main function, and first line of code will get execute first, and later the second line of code will get execute, and third line of code, and fourth line of code, and fifth line of code. Till the end of the program, how many lines we are writing, this all will get execute in a step-by-step process. Okay, but why we need this conditional statement in our programming is I have a set of I have like a set of methods or set of logic which I have written in my C# program, but I want to execute that set of logic based on the condition. I want to change the execution flow of a program based on the condition. Basically, all statement will get executed in a step-by-step process. I want to change that execution process by using some kind of conditional statement. That's where this conditional statement will help us to change the execution process. To change the execution process based on the condition or based on the number of the loops, we are using this conditional statement. So let's start with the conditional statement as if. So as we already seen yesterday, we can take one example of if. Okay. So this is just a normal basic if statement what we have written here. So I just declare one integer variable which is the age. Okay. In that particular variable age, we are checking one condition here. If that particular condition is greater than the 18, we are printing one message in the console saying that this particular person is eligible for the vote. Okay,
Yes.
so here we are checking one condition whether this particular age of a person is greater than 18, then only we are printing this statement. If it is not meeting the criteria, then we are not displaying this message here. So if I run the program by writing this console.readline, readline. So if I start executing the program, as the particular age of a person is 30, which is greater than 18, and we are able to see the output as eligible for vote here. And if I change that to the something like a 15 or 16, and if I try to execute this program, I'm not able to see any message here because the particular condition is not satisfying here. That's why the message is not displayed. We are basically, if we understand each and every line of code will get executed in a line by line process, in by step process it will get executed. But here we change that particular execution process by writing one condition, that is called as a conditional statement. So we are controlling our program execution by condition. What condition we are using? If condition we are using. That's why we are call it as if conditional statement. Okay,
Okay.
so age greater than 80, as it is not true here, it is not displaying the output here. So this is one if statement what we have, and another if statement what we have is if else. So if condition is satisfied, we will do one operation, and if condition is not satisfied, we will do another operation. That kind of thing we can able to do it here. So first one what we just covered here is uh, that only if statement, just if statement we just covered, and now the other conditional statement what we have in our C sharp is if else statement. Here if the condition is satisfied, this if statement will get executed. If the condition is not satisfied, the else statement will get executed. So if I try to execute this one by writing this console dot read line, so I can able to see eligible for vote here. And if I go and change this number from 30 to 15, and if I go and execute this one, I can able to see the output as not eligible for vote. So in this case, we are checking two conditions. If the condition is true, that particular statement will get executed, and if the condition is false, particular statement will get executed. So one thing we want to understand in this process here is, if you see here in this if statement, immediately I have written one line of code, and the else statement I am writing one line of code here. So what happens if I write the code like this in our program is, if the condition is satisfied, the immediate next line will get executed here. The immediate next line will get executed. So let me write one more console dot write line statement saying that just for test. Okay. So here we can just remove this one, and if I am executing here, just keep in mind I'm just mention the age of a person is 15. My condition is checking here, and let's see what we will see the output here. See, even I pass the age as 15. If I try to check the condition getting checked here, but the value what I am able to see, this one like eligible for vote not displaying, that's fine, but immediately this line is displaying here. What does it mean in our C# programming here is, so the condition and immediate statement will belongs to this if. The immediate statement of if condition is only belongs to this condition, and whatever the line you write extra, that is the normal statement which we are writing in our program. But if I want to keep multiple lines of code in that particular condition, what I need to do is I need to use this opening and closing braces. Opening and closing braces I need to use here. Then I can write any lines of code inside my if condition. So then what how this condition will treat in the program here is, this if statement will cover all these statements, but particularly for this if here. So now if you try to execute this one, we are not able to see any output here, because that two statement whatever we have written in our programming, that all belongs to this if statement. Previously we haven't used this opening and closing braces. That's why the immediate statement whatever we are writing, that only belongs to this if condition. Okay, Muzaffar, did you understand? So,
Yes, Madan, I understand.
so
Yeah,
basically,
we need to put in a this
inside
parenthesis
the
bracket.
opening and closing braces, to consider all the statement belongs to this particular if statement.
If
So,
statement.
So if I haven't put this opening and closing braces, only immediate statement whatever we have written after this if condition, it will only
will
consider
only
this statement, not the
okay.
other statement. This other statement that C# compiler will take as a separate statement, not belongs to this if statement. Now if I
Okay.
put my all my code in between the opening and closing braces, now I can able to treat this all data or all the code belongs to that particular if condition.
Okay.
So that's how we can able to write any lines of code in between the opening and closing braces. In between opening and closing braces, we can write any lines of code. So similarly, for
This
else also, I can write it. For else also, I can able to write it. Raj, are you clear about this, right?
Yes.
So basically what I want to explain here is, so if we want to write if statement without writing the, without having this opening and closing braces, immediate statement only will consider for this particular if statement. Same will follow with the else statement. If I want to write multiple lines of code in between particular if condition, we definitely need to use opening and closing braces. So that is one thing. And let me move with the switch versus if else statement. Let me first try with the if else if statement, and we will move with the switch statement. Uh, so other conditional statement what we have in our C# programming is if else if statement. So we just covered if statement, and after that we covered if else statement. Now we are going to see the if else if statement. Let's see what it is. Okay, so here I'm just declaring one variable with the name day name, and I'm passing the value as Wednesday. So here I'm just checking one condition. If that particular day is Sunday, I'm going to put I'm going to print the output as the day is Sunday, and here continuously I'm checking if else if. I'm going to check the another condition. If that particular day is Sunday, I'm writing this is Sunday. And if this particular day is Monday, and I'm printing it as Monday. Continuously, I'm checking all the conditions. And if none of the statement is true, again we have the else if. And in that, I just print the output saying that please enter proper day. Please enter proper day here. So let me repeat again. With a if statement, which is simple if statement, where we can take only one condition. And if you come to the if else statement, that is two statement, we can validate whether it is true or false. Okay, if condition is true, that the if statement will get executed, and if the condition is false, else statement will get executed. But now the scenario is we have to check the 7 conditions here. If I pass one day name here, I need to check 7 times for that condition. 7 conditional checks I need to follow. If that is the case, I can't directly go and use this if else statement, where it is possible to check only true or false. Okay. So if I want to check the more than one condition using if else statement, then we need to take the if else if statement. So how we can write the if else if in our C# programming is, we need to start with the if statement. This is one condition. Else if statement. and whatever the condition we want to write, we can write it, and whatever the output we want to write, we can write that output, and we can continuously moving on to validate all the statements. And if none of the statement getting executed, at last we have one statement which is called as else, which can take care of the other options, like whatever the options we are checking here. If none of the statements above not satisfying our requirement, then it will print the output here. So if I try to execute this one, this is day name here is Wednesday. It will hit this particular if else statement, and it will print the output as the day is Wednesday. The day is Wednesday, and let me try to execute, and now we can able to see the output as the day is Wednesday. Okay.
Okay.
And if I want to change the day again, and if I try to execute, I can able to print the output as the day is Friday. Okay. And if I give the any kind of a wrong day, like something like so, if I just enter like this, so it is saying the output is please enter proper day. Okay, because if it is first checking with this condition, the day is not the Sunday and the day is not the Monday, and it's keep on checking whether this day is a particular MMS or not. If none of the condition satisfy, and final statement what we have, else statement, it will come here where we haven't written any condition here, and it will directly come and it will print this output, please enter proper day. So this is how this if else if statement will get executed. So the difference between the if else if is if I can only check one condition. If else I can check whether the particular condition is true, I can execute one operation, and if the particular condition is false, I can execute the other operation. Two conditional checks we can only do with if else. So if I want to do the multiple conditional checks for using the if statement, so where we need to take the help of if else, like that we can write the all the conditional statement, and at the end we can write the else statement here. So that we can
If
able to,
if if statement gets executed for one conditional attempt,
yeah.
and else is having one conditional attempt.
No, so basically I just started with if Muzaffar. So where I can see the, let me go to this document. So this is the
Yeah.
document here where we just started with the if statement. So how
Okay.
many condition I can check? Only one
One
condition.
conditional.
One
Yes.
condition only I can able to check.
Okay.
Okay. Here one condition only I can able to check with the simple if. Okay, and come down, if you come down here, we can able to, we have one another conditional statement which is called as if else.
If else, yes.
So with this if else, how many condition I can able to check? Two
Two.
conditions. Whether this condition is true, I am printing this output, and if this condition is not true, I am printing the else output here. We here also we are checking only one condition, but optional output we are using for the wrong statement output, we are using this else.
Okay.
So if it is true, obviously this statement will get executed, but if it is false, here if it is false, we haven't mentioned any condition here
Okay.
on the top, but here we are handling the false condition. So if I want to
Okay.
handle the true condition and false condition in my CSharp program, I can choose this if else.
Okay.
Okay. Here what is this if else if here is I want to check the true condition and the false condition, and along with I want to check the multiple conditions.
Okay.
So basically, if I want to check the multiple condition in our CSharp program, what option we have in our conditional statement is this if else if the condition, else if the condition, else if the condition, up to that whatever the how many conditions we want to check, that many conditional if else if statement we need to write it here, and at the end to handle the false statement we have a else.
Understand. Yes.
So that we can able to handle the else if statement, if else if. So that is how this if else if work in our C# program. And we have the similar kind of conditional statement to execute and check the multiple condition. So that we will call it as a switch statement. Let's see how we can work with the switch statement. So same whatever the lines of code we have written, this is for if, else if. These are all related to the if else if. And here same kind of operation we are doing with some other statement which is called as switch statement. Let's see how it will work. Okay, so here how we are doing, how this switch statement will work in C# is we need one keyword which is called as switch, and the variable name we need here. So whatever the variable name we need to, whatever the variable name we want to check the condition, it will accept that variable name along with this switch keyword. And we have another keyword which is called as case to validate the particular statement. So how this will work here is first it will come and say what is the day name we have specified, and that day we are passing to the switch statement as a variable. And in switch statement, inside the opening and closing braces of switch statement, we have one case statement where we can see the particular validation similarly like this. So day name equal to Sunday. So but we are writing in a different way here, that variable name we are declaring inside the particular switch statement, and the case we are checking whether this is Sunday or not. So for that particular date name is Sunday, it will give this kind of output. And if this particular day name is Monday, this case statement will get execute and it will give this output. And similarly, this all case statement will check the condition and it will execute. And at the end, else, we have one statement here which is called as a default, where we can enter the default statement saying this print enter proper day. And for each and every statement we have a break. So what does it mean? Break means here is what does the break representation in our C# programming is. If this condition is satisfied, it will print this output. It will this break statement will help us to exit from this particular switch statement. It will not check all other statements below. If the condition is satisfied, it will print this output and immediately it will come out of this switch statement. That's where we can save our execution time, right?
Okay. Yes.
So if we haven't write a break statement, what will happen is it will keep on checking this condition, this condition, this condition, which is invalid for our scenario.
Yes.
For our scenario, that doesn't require. So that's how. That's why we are writing one break statement in our switch condition to come out of the particular switch statement if the condition is satisfied. Okay. So let me repeat
Yep.
again. So we tried here also we are checking multiple condition Roger Muzaffar. So same scenario. So same program only we are doing in two ways. First way we tried with the if else if statement where we are writing one if condition, else if condition, else if condition. Like that we have written seven conditional statement. At last we have written one else statement to handle the default value. That means to handle the else part. Okay. So here same kind of example we are writing with this switch statement. So instead of using this if else if, what we are using here is the switch statement. The switch statement also will help us to validate the multiple conditions similarly to the if else if. Okay, here the switch statement we are getting the day name and we are checking the day name against the case. So similarly we are checking the day name with our particular Monday or Tuesday. Here we are just writing in a different way saying that case Sunday. How it will validate the day, whatever the day we are passing for the switch statement, it will compare for this case statement. If this is true, this statement will get executed, and if this is true, this statement will get executed. Once immediate condition check if it is true, if it get executed, immediately we are writing one statement which is called as a break statement, which will help us to come out of that particular switch statement. To come out of that particular switch statement. Okay, so that will definitely save the time to avoid the execution of the below statement. If none of the statement will get executed, we have a default statement which is similar to the else statement and which will execute the output like this. Okay, so if I try to execute this one, as I pass the MMS as the data, it's showing output as please enter proper day. Okay, if I try to pass one particular Sunday or another day, which is a valid day, if I pass, it will definitely check that condition. It will print the output as the day is Sunday.
Okay.
So, Raj, did you understand?
Yes, yes.
Uh, so, uh, so did you observe what is the difference between the switch and if else statement?
Yeah, yeah.
So did you observe the differences here?
Hmm. In the
So
switch statement, it goes to break. If the statement is correct, then it breaks. It doesn't go to another statement, right?
yes, correct.
In if else, it will be looping every time. It will be checking on looping.
No, so that we will see how it will get executed.
Okay,
See,
okay.
let's try to execute that one. Practically, we can see how it will work. So
Okay.
first I am passing the Sunday for this particular value. Okay, and we'll see how this if statement will get executed, and we'll see how the switch case statement will get executed. So I'm placing the breakpoint in that variable, just executing. I'm pressing F11. First statement will get executed. This is executing. See, automatically it's also executing it's also skipping the other conditions.
Okay.
will it execute? Will it go for this else statement?
No.
No. Here also it will not go with the else statement. Similarly, in the if in switch statement also it will not go for the else statement. Let's see the same thing in our switch statement. So the day is 10 day. So here we are entering into the switch statement, and it will execute this one, and we are writing the break which will come out of that particular loop, and it will wait for the output here. Okay, the day is Sunday. So both statement will work in a same fashion. Both statement will work in a same structure and same fashion here. So that means here if statement, if the condition is getting executed, it will not go to the else if statement. Even if condition is satisfied with this if else statement as Monday, it will not check this particular statement. But if I remove this one, it will give an error like this here. For each and every statement, we need to write the break here. Are you able to see? If I remove this one, it is giving an error. Control cannot fall through the one case label Sunday to another. We need to give the break statement to handle the output here. But in case of if else, you no need to write this break kind of stuff. Okay. So both work in a same scenario, same fashion. But in addition, in switch case, in addition, we need to write the break statement to skip the execution of the below conditional statement. Okay, but in case of if else if statement, we no need to write that one, but the execution process and the speed of execution in between if and else if will same only. But in structured way, if I want to write kind of uh, like if I want to follow with the best coding standard to validate the multiple conditions, the best possible way what we can suggest is this particular switch statement rather than the else if statement. So this is very structured way. See, by seeing this as well, we can see this is this is looking like all clumsy in if else if statement, and if you see for this switch statement, it's very clear where that particular switch statement variable we are declaring. Each and every case, whatever the operation we want to execute, that we can able to execute, and same thing we can able to do it here. So, but there is a kind of a limitation between the switch and the else if statement. Here, some kind of float values, some kind of uh, some kind of float and the some kind of decimal values, it will not accept to validate for this case. For this case statement, it will only accept string and integer values, whereas this if statement or else if statement will can handle any kind of data type values.
Okay.
So a switch statement will not handle the float type of float, double or decimal type of data types, but whereas this if else will can handle the any type of data types. That's the only one difference what we can say, but the performance wise both will same. So if I use the if else if and if I use the switch statement in my programming, there will be no performance difference between the both, but structured way, by seeing and understanding, this is having the nice format compared to this if else if. Okay, so that is how we can have a discussion with this particular if and switch step. Okay. So are you clear, or do you guys having any doubt? If, else if, and the switch statement. Both will help us to handle the multiple conditional checks. So if I want to handle the multiple conditional checks in my programming, I need to use this if, else if statement or switch statement.
Switch statement.
Okay.
If else if can use any kind of data types,
Yes, yes.
whereas
Yeah, switch
switch can use
statement
only.
is not supporting with this float, double, decimal data types.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the one difference. And coming to the other conditional statement, what we have in C# is for, while, do while, for each. For, while, do while, for each. Let's start with the first statement, and we will go with the while, and then we will go with the do while, and later that we can go with this for each statement. Let's start with the for loop here. So here I just want to give some kind of shortcut to you guys. Whenever you want to write console.write, what you can do is just type the CW and press the tab twice. So if you want to write console.write line in our program, so how easily we can get that one is just type the CW and press the tab key in table like twice in our keyboard. Then we can able to get the console write line. Okay. Also, if you see here, if you write this particular for, we can, if you press this tab twice, it will give the default sample code for us.
Okay.
So if you just type the for here, and if you press the tab twice, it will give the particular sample code what we want to write. Same for the class as well. If I want to write any class, for example here I want to write one class, so what we need to do here is just type the CL and press the tab button twice. It will give the basic structure of a class where you can change your name as per your requirement. Okay. So that's how like this IntelliSense is helping very much in our programming.
Why you're writing class, my class? That was for what reason? I cannot get it.
Sorry.
Your class, some my class.
Correct.
I did not get it.
So I told you, Raj, I'm explaining the shortcut keys here. So
Okay.
in order to get the console.write line, what shortcut we can follow is CW. If you write the CW and if you press the tab twice, it will give
Oh,
the console.write line. Okay. And same thing if I want to do some kind of operation. For example, if I want to write the for loop, I don't know the how to write a for loop. Then what we can do is if you just type the for, okay, uh, press the tab key twice in our keyboard, it will give the basic structure of a for loop. Okay. Similarly,
okay.
what I explained here is if I want to create a class, I don't know how to create a class. Just you just need to type the CL and press the tab button twice. It will give the structure of a class creation.
Okay.
It will give the structure of a class creation, and here you can change that class name as per our requirement. Okay, so for our just speed up our typing process, I'm just giving kind of shortcut keys for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Okay, so that's how we can able to work fastly in our Visual Studio. Now the thing is that I want to explain you guys with the for loop. So what is this for loop? So here I just type for and I press the tab key twice. I got this kind of sample code to write the for loop. Okay, here if you see we have the three sections. We have two colons here, and this is one colon and this is another colon, and this all statement we consider as a three statement. This is the declaration or initialization section. This section from first semicolon up to first semicolon, we can call this section as the initialization or declaration and initialization section. And from here to second semicolon, starting of the ending of the second semicolon, we can call this as a increment, or sorry, this we can call it as a conditional section. This is the declaration and initialization section, and this section we can call it as a conditional section, and this section we can call it as a increment and decrement section. So this first statement from here to here is called as a declaration and initialization section, and from here to here we can call it as a conditional section, and from here here we can call it as a increment and decrement section. Increment or decrement section. Okay, so if I want to write a program to print the values from 1 to 100 or 1 to 10, how we can write a program here is so we just want to first we need to declare what is the initial value of that particular for loop. So we are declaring integer I equal to 0 or I equal to 1. Whatever the default value we want to give, we can give it like this. And after that, we need to check the condition. I less than or equal to length. So up to what level we want to check? If I want to print the from 1 to 10, I need to give the, if I want to use the less than condition, I need to use the 11. If I want to use the less than or equal to condition, then I can change it to the 10. From 1 to 10 if I want to print the output. Here I am writing that I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 11, I plus plus means this is post increment. Once this print the output, it will get increment. If I use this plus 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 before the I, first it will increment, then print the output. That's how it will work. Now I am writing console.write line. Here I am printing this numbers between 1 and 10 are 0. Here what I want to print, I value. That I value I want to print it here. Console.write line numbers between 1 and 10 are this one. I am just replacing this I value with this index value. And if I try to execute this one, I can able to print the numbers between 1 and 10 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So like that we can print the output here. So the simple what we have written here is our intention is to print the output from 1 to 100. So how we are calling it as a conditional statement here is basically if I return any statement, it need to execute in a step-by-step process. But here with the condition, we are looping this particular particular statement until the condition is failed. Until this condition is failed, it will get executed. Let me place a breakpoint here and see how it can execute. I'm just starting the program here. First I value equal to 0 and I'm press the F11 button. Now the I value is 1 here. I 1 less than or equal to 11. I equal to 1, that means 1 less than or equal to 1 less than 11, which is true. And here the 1 is like this, and I am again pressing the F11 and it will print the output. Now the I value is 1 only, and once it prints the output, the I become the 1 only. And if you see here, if I go back again, it will increment the I value and it will become the I value become the 2 and 2 less than 11, which condition is true here. So again it will come into the loop. It will continue up to the particular point here. Here we can able to see the actual values here. I value is 6 here, I value is 7, I value is 8, I value is 9, I value is 10 now. So I value is 10. 10 less than 11, which is true. Okay. Again, now I value become the 11 here, and it is going to check the condition. So 11 less than 11, which is false, and it will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop, and it will just visible like this. So this is how this will execute in the program. At any point of time, if I want to come out of the particular loop, then what I can do is I can write one break statement similarly to the switch statement to come out of this particular for loop. For example, here if I equal to, I am going to write one condition. If I equal to 5, then I want to break the particular conditional statement. So let's print the output and we'll write this one. So here what I am writing here is my intention is to print the values from 1 to 10. Again I am writing one more condition. Once I reach the particular I value equal to 5, I want to come out of the particular for loop. Let's try to execute this one. Now this I value is 5, and if I press the F11, it will come inside, and if I equal to 5 here, it will break. Break means we are forcefully closing this particular iteration. We are forcefully closing this particular iteration process. And if we go and see, so we can able to see the 5 values here, not the 10 values. Are you able to understand?
Yeah, yeah.
So similarly, that break statement, we already use this break statement in our switch statement. In that switch, how we use this particular break statement, if that particular condition gets satisfied, we are breaking that particular switch to avoid the to avoid the duplicate execution process. To avoid the execution process, we are using the break statement in our switch. Okay, switch statement, we are using that break keyword. Here we are using that same break statement to forcefully close the particular for loop. If I want to forcefully close that particular for loop based on one condition, I can write the condition like this. If I equal to 5, I can write one break statement which forcefully close this particular execution process of the for loop, even the condition is true. Okay. That's how we can able to come out of that particular for loop by writing the break statement. Okay. So that is how that for loop will get work. For this for loop, are you guys clear? What is this section? What is this section? And what is this section? And how these values will get print? And what is the use of this break statement?
Yeah,
So,
मतलब,
we are good, right?
yeah, the first part is initial, second one is declaration.
No. First part is
Oh,
initialization and the declaration. Both initialization, we are initializing the integer I, and
yes.
we are assigning the uh, we are declaring the integer I as a variable, and we are initializing one default value as a 1. That both we
Okay.
will call it as a declaration and initialization.
Okay.
And the second part is, what is the second part?
So second part is condition.
Conditional, yeah, condition
Condition.
statement. And third part
Condition
is
statement. Increment
increment or decrement.
or
Either we can
increment or decrement.
increment or we can decrement. There is
Okay.
no such rule. We can only use the increment. We can use the decrement as well. Okay.
Yes.
So if that is the case, how we can write the condition is so starting point. I can make it as 10, and I greater than I greater than 1, 1 greater than 1, 2, 10, 9. I greater than 0, and I minus minus. Here I can write the minus minus between 10 and 1. You can try this statement. 10, 9, 8. Like that we can able to see the output. Previously we start with the increment and now we start with the decrement.
Okay.
So this is how we can able to write our logic here. And let's go with the other looping, which we will call it as while loop. Let's see the same while loop. So this is the way of writing the for loop, and same code we can reuse for our so this is the for loop. And okay, so now the concept is while loop here. So this is the structure of a while loop. So where we have the while keyword and the condition. Here, to declare or initialize any variable, on top we need to write the integer I equal to 1, something like this. And the condition, whatever the true condition we want to write, we can write that condition here, that particular condition. And whatever the statement we want to write, that statement we can write it here. And whatever the increment or decrement statement we want to write, we can write below that. Basically, this is the for loop and this is the while loop. So there is no difference between the performance and execution process. Both will work in a similar way, but here in for loop all will together in one line, That means declaration, initialization, and the conditional statement, and the increment and decrement all will write in one line of code. But in terms of while we are writing those statement in 3 lines. This is the declaration and initialization. This is the conditional section, and this is the decrement or increment section. Instead of writing all three in one line, we are dividing that into 3 lines.
Freelance. Okay.
Nothing change. Execution process, everything will be straightforward and everything will be same only. We are dividing the statements into 3 different steps. This is a declaration and initialization. This is the conditional. This is the increment or decrement section. But here in for loop, we have written all together in one line.
It will be separate, separate. The
Yeah,
major difference is that only.
yeah, that only. There is no other difference between the for and this while loop. So let me execute
Okay.
this one. So I will come here. The same output what we got in this for loop, same I can able to see it here from 1 to
Okay.
10. And again, if I want to reverse my process, what I can do is here I can change this as 10, I less than or equal to 0, and I minus minus, it will decrement the value, and I can able to see the reverse value from 10 to 1. So
Okay.
same process. The process is very similar between the for and the and this while. Okay.
Okay, Madan bhai, this numbers between 1 and 10 are and 0.
Mhm.
This 0 is indexing, right? This 1 will go and check here, and 1 will go and print here 1, then it will go to I. It's like
Mhm.
this.
No, this why we are writing this index is yesterday we discussed like instead of writing place I, we are writing this one angular bracket 0. This 0 is going to replace with this I value.
Okay, so
So
keep on 0, 0, then 1, 2, 3. It will be changing like this.
no, this index value is related to this variable value. This
Okay.
index value is related to this variable value, but this I
Okay.
is changing as we are incrementing this value. This I is getting changed.
Okay.
So let me. So if I write one more variable like this, one, okay, I can add one more variable like j. If I
Okay.
declare this j, this one will replace with this j value then.
Okay. Okay.
Not with this. This is not related to this I value. This I value is related to this variable value,
Okay.
and this value is related to this value, and this value is related to this value.
Okay.
So let me run this one, and so that you can able to understand. So what I'm trying to execute here is initially I is 0, and once I execute I equal to 1, then I become the 1 here. I value, if you see, I value is 1. Same we can able to see here. I value is 1. Okay. And again I'm going to check the press the F11, and it is checking whether the I less than 11, which is true. As it is a true, this statement will get executed. While printing this statement, this is a text only what we are writing from here to from numbers to R. This is text only.
Okay.
Okay. Now this value is getting this section of value is getting from this I value.
Okay.
This I is replaced here. Let
From
me
I equal to 0, it will be initializing, right?
where it is I equal to 0.
No, no, I'm asking you told that I value is that 0 is I value you're saying, right? Then when it is I plus plus, then it will, that I value equal 1, it will come here the 0 value.
Yeah, 0. Basically, yesterday, how, so let me give the clear-cut idea here to avoid this confusion. So I just want to, the intention is, I want to print the values from 1 to 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So I can write the output like this. How I can write numbers between 1 and 10 are, here I can avoid this line of code. Okay. And what I can do is I can use the plus symbol, means I am appending from here to here. These are all so this right line statement will take the string value. This string value it is taking from here to here. This is just string, but my intention is the I value, once it is incremented, I want to print that value. To print that value, if I remove this one, it will give an error, because this statement, this is the string, and if I want to append the another value. So then you need to use this plus symbol. Then only the I value will go and append with the string. From here to here, this is a just string. For our display purpose only, I am writing. Okay. Now, if the I value is automatically increasing, whether it is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is getting increasing like this. Okay. This is one way of printing the output. Let me comment this one and execute here. And I'm executing. Same output, right? Numbers are between 1 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Like that we got the output. So if I comment this one and if I execute this one, and if I get execute this value, same output, right? Numbers between 1 and 10 are 1, 2, 3, 10. Same output we get. But why we are keep on using this statement rather than this here is, so for now, treat that for now I have only one variable. Okay, so I can just simply use the plus symbol and I can write the I value. So assume that we have the 10 variables we want to display here. So not like numbers are between 1 to 10. I want to display the all numbers of all numbers between particular range. So I want to display all the numbers from 1 to particular range. If that is the case, I need to use the one more place value place and j, and one more place k, and one more place l, something like that. I need to keep on using the place symbols. To avoid that, what we are doing here is we are using this index value. So then how this right line statement will work is, from here to here it will print as it is. This going to be replaced with this I value. Whatever this from angular bracket to opening braces of angular bracket to the closing braces, this all will gonna replace with this I value. Okay. So now and if I execute this one, first time when I execute this one, number between 1, 10 are, this I value is 1, this is gonna be replaced here. Next time it will become the 2, the 2 will be replaced here. 3, 3 will be replaced here. 4, 4 will be replaced here. Instead of appending this value, we are using this one. Only difference is here if I want to write the same thing, I need to write the, if without using the angular bracket and the this particular index, I can achieve same thing with the plus symbol. Plus we need to appending. We are appending the values here. This is the string. and this is our value. So I'm appending both the things, string value and the actual value. We are appending by to perform the appending operation. We are using this plus operator. We are using this plus operator. In our right line statement, instead of using this plus operation, we have another way to achieve the same thing with the index of right line statement. So how it will work? From here to here, the string as it is, it will print, and from here to here, whatever the index value we have, that value will be print. Why we are starting with the index is, basically this right line statement, index will start always from the 0. Okay, and whatever
Okay.
the comma we place, immediate variable will take the index 0, and after the comma, if you place one more j value or k value, it will take the index as 2, and after that comma, if you place one more variable, that will take the index value as 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, how many variables you are writing with the comma, that will be replaced here. That kind of variables also you can able to declare. 0, 1, 3, like that you can able to declare. I, j, k, like this we can able to declare. Now how it will work? This index value is going to replace with this I value. This one is going to replace with this one, and this one is going to replace with this one.
J and K will be replaced if int J is equal to something is given, or int K is equal to something is given. Then it
Yes,
will be replaced. No?
yes.
Yes.
Then
Okay.
it will be
Okay,
replaced.
madam. Got it.
So basically, we are just simplifying our the output statement. Instead of using this place every time, we are writing in this way.
Okay, madam. It's good.
No, I'm not having the confidence, Muzaffar. So now I will ask one question. So here I am, let's remove everything. Okay. So what I want to do here is, yeah. So I have the integer a value, integer b value, integer c value. For integer a, I am going to assign 10. For integer b, I am going to assign 20. For integer c, I am going to assign 30. Now I want to write one print statement. What are the a, b, c values?
Yeah.
So
Fine.
Raj, you please try to form a control dot write line statement to print the ABC values. Can you please try? You just guide me. I will write the code here. My intention is I want to print the A, B, C values. My output will be like this. Uh, A, B, C values are, that A, B, C values I need to display. A, B, C values are, I need to write like this. My output will be like this. Output what I am expecting here is A, comma, B, comma, A, B and C values are 10, 20, 30. This is the what I want in my output. So then you please help me to write the console dot write line here.
Console
Dot
right
write
line.
line, I need to output like this. If I want to write the console dot write line statement to print these values, how I can write it?
control right line, the values A, B, C.
Yeah, control dot right line. Okay, double
Values
quotation.
A, B, C. Yeah, quotation.
Double quotation. Yeah.
Yeah. Values of A, B, C. We can
Value
write
value of A
B, no, A, B and C.
A comma B comma
B,
B
yeah.
and
Uh,
C are
parent, lower brackets.
are yeah flower bracket
Zero.
0
Then back and A comma B comma C.
No, no,
here
no. Zero, then again one, same like that. Zero, comma, parenthesis one,
Yeah,
then parenthesis two. Then in between there should be a comma.
yeah, comma should.
in between here.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Comma.
Comma for everything. And after two,
after 2
af- after two there should be after this quotation mark is a comma uh, a comma b comma c.
so let's see
So,
how this I'm expecting the output like this.
so this the statement which we have written is like a little bit string is different.
Yeah, so let's like this, let me put like this
Okay.
from here to here. I'm just changing.
Yeah.
So let's see our
Okay.
output will match or not. So I'm just printing. So what I expect the output.
A, B, C values are 10, 20, 30. Is correct?
No, I didn't expect this
Yes.
comma, right? Did I ask that comma?
No,
Oh.
no, 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 it's not comma.
Again, we
Comma is
should.
not.
There's no comma there.
No, here I'm able to see the comma, right? 10, comma 20, comma 30.
So because of
So
indexing this comma, because of in indexing we have given commas
where I need to remove?
in
Remove the
the
comma
index.
0, 1, 2, parenthesis.
So here
And
you want me to remove? Here or here?
Yes,
yeah,
Here or here? Where I need to remove?
in
values.
a
Here?
in indexing.
Here?
Remove the comma, 0 remove. Yeah.
Yeah, remove. Yeah, I'm removing. So
Yeah.
let's try
Then
to execute. So is this what I am expecting output?
No, 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 no. You need to give space in this one
Where I need to give the space? Here or
in
here?
this middle in the middle one. Yes, in the middle one.
Here
Yes,
and here.
yes.
oh,
Now this is the output, right? Now you understand how this work.
are we correct or wrong?
Now we got it because
Now we got the output, right?
correct.
Whatever I want.
Now what? Tell us feedback. How we, whether we are up your mark or not.
No, like now we are close, Raj. Before that, like I don't have that kind of confident how you understand this line of code. So
No,
that's why I'm.
I think what we understand is, see, whatever we are writing the three values, we should have an initialization. If we get output, that value should place
Not
for that.
not like that. Only the thing is, this is going to replace the
Yeah, a
first
value.
value.
Yeah,
This is
that
going to replace with this value, and this is going to be replaced with this value.
same
Now,
thing like that. We
yeah,
understand that. Same thing we understand.
yeah. Now, you guys help me without using this parenthesis. I want this output, Raj. I'm going
Okay.
to.
So remove zero all parentheses 0, 1, 2,
Here,
and remove the comma to,
here I want to, you want
yeah,
me to
this one,
remove
yeah, yeah,
everything?
on the first, yeah, here.
Okay. Then,
After remove the comma to,
comma. Ah,
yeah, yeah,
then,
now before A write plus,
okay.
and try to remove space between in that middle of A.
Here, okay. I will remove that.
Yes, and same for A, B, same for B and C also.
So you mean to say this one, right?
Yeah, but comma in the middle after A, comma after B, comma.
We need to have comma.
Yes.
Let's first try to see how this will work, and we will move with the other option. So basically my
Nowadays we are
intention,
trying with
so
appending. We are trying.
yeah. So this is how the output. Raj, you can also try.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You can, yeah, just as to try to keep comma. We'll see. Plus A
comma.
comma plus B
Uh,
comma.
uh, Otherwise we need to just put a space.
So how,
Yeah,
where I
space.
need to place the space?
The
After
space.
A some space, after B some space, and after C there is automatic.
Okay. Here I gave the space.
Yes.
No,
No,
but it's giving error.
Uh,
no. Remove inverted commas.
Here,
Plus A and B. Remove inverted commas.
okay. I totally
Just give a
remove.
space. I'll tell space.
Space like this.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
B space.
Okay.
I will try this, and I have one more option. If this one work, it we'll see.
Okay.
I think this should work.
No, no, wrong.
Oh no, 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 there is something.
Try Muzaffar. You almost like
Yeah.
close from your perspective. Try in there. You tried with space, right? That might be work here. Raj, you can also try with the space concept.
Hmm. I think
Mm-hmm.
plus
Plus,
space A. Hmm.
plus, space. Are you
Yeah.
thinking like this? Okay.
Remove inverted commas.
I need to remove the inverted commas.
Yeah, once remove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Space as well.
No, no, I did. Plus
Yes.
A.
Plus A.
Plus B.
Plus, plus.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
Muzaffar.
Yeah, I'm trying in my one.
No, no. If that's fine. If it is wrong, also like you can try from here itself. That's fine. Like I'm not minding anything. I just want you
No, no,
in your
no,
life. You will not. You will never miss this concept.
no, no, no.
No, no. My intention is in your lifetime, you will never have any confusion on these two statements.
Yes,
No,
Madan bhai, yeah.
plus A plus B plus P. Again, go there, comma A B C. Try.
What is that? Plus A.
Plus B plus C. You give right.
Yeah.
Then on the C you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then comma with inverted commas A space B A space B space C. You give.
Comma.
A.
Comma is not taking here.
Oh, not comma. Without comma.
Okay, without comma.
A
A.
comma
comma.
No comma. Space A, B, C. Space.
B.
C.
It's giving error.
No, put inverted commas. Getting error.
Where?
There inverted commas in end. C after C.
Okay.
No, no. In bit, plus C is there, no, put a comma there in plus C.
After plus C.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay, let me execute. It's not giving any error, but let me execute and see the output. ABC values are 10, 20, 30, but it's not giving any value in this. So that space will work here, Raj. You can try that.
Plus you're saying the plus space A you're saying that's only right.
So plus A.
Plus
So
space.
now let first execute this one, and we'll see the output, and we can from there we can try how we can achieve it. Okay, see, this is what our expectation is, this one, Raj, on top 10 space 20 space 30. So only we are missing space only. 10 is coming, 20 is coming, and 30 is coming. How 10 is coming, 20 is coming, and 30 is coming? By using this append operation, right? This append A, append B, append C will
Okay.
become the 10, 20, 30. Can't we
Yeah.
use the same append for the space?
I
Can't
think
we
we can
use?
use.
So here we can try in this way, right? We are plus space space. Okay, A space. Now we have a space between A and B. Okay.
Yeah.
Now go to the B. Give one more place space. Okay. And now try to execute. We are able to
Okay.
see
Yeah.
the output, right?
Yes. Yes.
So which one is easy now?
Second one is easy.
Yeah,
Just we are
that's how I am
replacing A, B.
always writing this one, Muzaffar.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So Raj,
Every time one.
so
Yeah, got it.
What I
why we need to do this append every time, and this is totally confusing for me. It's totally confusing for the first one.
yes.
So this is simple, right? See, we are having whatever the thing we want to replace here. We are just placing the placeholder and with the index 0, other placeholder with index 1, another placeholder with index 2. And whatever the values we are passing, all will be with their index A, B, C. So if you see, like reverse the order, C, B, A. Now see the output. So that index, how that index is useful, you can see it here. Let me execute. So what is the output we got?
Is it,
30,
yeah.
20, 30. Why we got that
Yeah.
output? Like this? 30, 20, 10.
Yeah. We replace the numbers.
So
We
how we
replace
get
the indexing values
this
because
0
of indexing value.
is replacing C value. This
Yes.
1 is replacing B value.
Change the order, right?
Sorry?
You change the order. That's why we are getting that.
Yeah, correct. So that's why the index is important here.
Yeah.
Okay. So this index, how this will take based on the given value. This index now become the 0. This index now become the 1. This
One.
index now become the 2.
2, yes.
Okay. So previously A become the 0 index, B become the 1, C become the 2. I change the order. Okay. But I
Yes.
haven't changed this one. Here also I can change this. Here I can change 1 or else 2, 1, 0. Now you can expect the output. I never tried, but let me try this one, how it will work. So it's working, right? 10, 20, 30. 2, 1, 0. 2 is 1, A. 2 index is A, which is 10. Okay. B index is 1, which is 20. C index is 0, which is replacing here. Are you understand, Muzaffar?
Yes, yes, I understand. We are
So,
just replacing the indexing values. So it keep on replacing it. Its C is now is 0.
yeah, correct. Now B is now
Yeah, C
1.
is now 0, 1.
Yeah,
And A is now is 3.
2, 2.
Yeah, 2.
2. Now the 2
2,
is
sorry.
where we are replacing the 2 here.
Yes.
Where we are replacing that one here. Where we are
Yes.
replacing that one here. That 0
Yes.
here. That's how this is statement will work.
Okay,
Now you're
madam.
saying this C, B, A, you write, right? Now it won't come linely, 2 equal to C, B equal to 1, A equal to normal or some,
No, Raj. Again, yeah. What is your question?
no, if you give like A, B, C here,
Mhm.
it's like 0. If you give like A, B, C, A will be 2, B equal to 1, C equal to 0, right?
A, B, C.
Yeah.
A equal to 0. B
Two value,
equal.
right?
Hmm?
It will be 2 value or 0 value?
No, no. It is not following this order. This is
Okay.
following this order.
Yeah.
This is the order actually. We are replacing that order here. So,
My question is,
mhm,
the order will be from left hand side or right hand side?
left hand side from left to right.
Oh, okay.
See now the index C is 0, Raj, and
Okay, okay.
B
Got it.
is 1,
One. A equal to 2. Okay, got
2.
it.
But I change the order here. So it's my intention. I want to print this 2 value first and 1 value second and the 0 value third. It's my intention. I
Hmm.
can change this order, but this order I can't change.
Okay.
This order, whatever I place, by default, code will treat that the first parameter will become the 0, second parameter will become the 1, and third parameter will become the 2.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
So this is how this is
Hello.
working here.
Yes.
Okay. So, so I hope you guys understand about this replacing statement. So this is all. This we will call it as a, placeholder in right line statement. Okay. So let me go to that. So where we just done with the while loop. So we
Hmm.
saw for loop and immediately we saw the while loop. The difference between the for loop and while loop is in performance or execution process, there is no difference between the while and the for loop. Uh, in syntax, like syntactically, we have only difference. How that syntactically we have the difference here is while declaring the for loop, for all declaration, initialization, and the conditional statement and the increment and decrement, all we write in a one line of statement. But in terms of while loop, declaration we will write on top of the while statement. Conditional statement we will write along with this while condition, and increment and decrement we will write inside the while statement. Okay. So that is the only syntactical difference we have between the for and the while loop. For and the while loop. Let's see the other concept here. So this is while loop what we have written. This
Yes.
0. So this is the for loop and this is the while loop, and we have another looping statement which is called as do while. So the structure of the syntax of do while is like this: do while. So here how we can work with the do statement here is do while we can write like this. Let's take the example of do while.
Do while and there is a for while. There are two concepts, Madan.
Forward.
For while. Yes.
What is that?
While do
Zafar?
while.
First
While
one is for loop and second one is do loop.
No. First one is for loop, second one is while loop, and third one is
do while.
do while.
Do while. Okay.
So do while I'm just explaining you. So we just so we already done with the for loop,
For
and
loop
we
and
already done with the while loop. Now I'm
while
trying to explain the concept of do while, and let's see
do.
how it will work. So do while how it will work is yeah. So here do same kind of example. What I'm going to do here is int I equal to 0. Here I'm using increment and decrement. I plus conditional statement I less than 11. Here I'm just executing this one and see how is the output. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this we can have the output here. Int I equal to 1. We can able to see the output 1, 2, 3. Same kind of output we were able to get it. So three statement I tried Muzaffar here. One is for loop, so which I got the same output from 1 to 10 I'm able to print, and at the same time we tried with the while loop. The difference between this while and the for loop is only syntactical difference. We are writing the initialization and declaration and initialization on top of the while, and along with the while we are writing this condition, and inside the while opening and closing places we are writing this increment and decrement section. For now we are fine. Okay, now the thing is we are entering into the do while. Okay, how this do while will work here is so initialization we are writing on the top similar to the while, and we are writing one do statement. Okay, inside the do statement whatever the logic we want to write, we are writing that logic, and here we have the increment and decrement section, and after do statement we are writing one conditional statement which will work along with this while. With the help of while we are writing the conditional statement. So now I will give the example where we have the difference between the while and do while. So where we have the difference between the while and the do while. I'm going to take this example. It's not a good one. Yeah, why can't we try here? Yeah. See here, let me execute this one. I'm going to remove here. So for both this do while and for those while, I'm going to take one declaration section for the both. for the both this statement, I'm going to take one declaration section here. I equal to 1, which will be used for this while loop, and at the same time this I equal to 1 is I'm going to use this do while loop as well. Okay. Now the thing I'm gonna change some kind of code changes here. Now we can see the actual difference between the while and the do while. Here I value 1, I less than or equal to 10. I'm going to change my I value to the 11 or just 100. I'm going to change. Instead of I value 1, I'm going to change my value from I1 to 100. Okay. Now see how we can see the output between this and this. Let me execute this line of code by placing the breakpoint. I'm going to execute this one. This is coming here. I'm pressing the F11 here. Okay. And it is checking I 100 less than 11, which is true or false. True or false? False, right? So now see how it will work. As it is false, it doesn't execute this while loop, right? As this
Yes.
condition is false, it doesn't execute the while loop. It came to the do while. Okay. Now see, I'm pressing F11. So now I value is 100, right? Okay. It is
Yes.
printing that value and it is incrementing that value, and after that it is checking the value 101 less than 11, which is not true, and again it go to the top. Okay. See, for while loop we don't have any output, but for the do while loop we are getting one output. Even the condition is false. This condition is false. Even the condition is false. We are having a one output here. Okay, let
Means
me
that
repeat
first it is
once.
giving output, then it will execute dual.
Yeah, do while how it will execute here is I will give the explanation here. First, it will print the output, then it will check the condition. First, it will print the output, then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, again it will print the output until it get execute, until it fail. This condition is fail. It will get execute that time of loop. But the while condition, while executing itself, it is checking the condition. If the condition is true, then only it will get executed. Otherwise, it will not print any output. So that's why while condition we are calling it as a pre-condition check. This do while will call it as a post-condition check. Do while
Okay.
will check the condition. Once it print the default output, then it will check the condition. It will first work whatever, it will first execute whatever it want, then it will check the condition. But while always check the condition before executing the statement. That is the difference
Okay.
between the while and the do while. So that's why we will call while is called as a entry conditional statement. Do while is called as exit conditional statement. Entry conditional statement or exit conditional statement. Or else we can call it
Otherwise,
as pre-conditional and post-conditional.
Preconditional is while loop and do while is post conditional.
Yeah, post-conditional check. So
Okay.
that is the difference between the while and the do while. So
Madam,
yeah, Raj.
madam,
Yeah, Raj.
yeah, what after this, how long you going to take session? Because I'm planning to
So
leave.
yeah, then we have only one thing. Only one thing is pending here. In 5 to 10 minutes, we can close it up. For each
Okay.
only pending. So once we done, we can close it up.
Okay.
So we have seen for loop and we have seen while loop and we have seen this do while loop. And now this is time to check the for each loop. Okay, let's try to do the for each loop here. So I'm going to declare one array. Okay, so that array concept I will explain you in later stage. But for now, just understand that array is a collection of homogeneous data type values. So I'm going to declare one integer array, which is the name ARR equal to. I'm going to assign the values for that integer array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that I'm going to assign the values here. Okay. Now the intention is this array ARR is having the 5 elements. Now the intention is I want to print those 5 elements using the for loop, and then we will go and see how we can do the same thing in the for each loop. So in order to print this all array element using the for loop, how we can do is so for loop structure will be like this. For I equal to 0, I less than or equal to the length of the array. The ARR is my array name, and if you press this one, it has one property which is called as length. Okay, I less than length, which is the length of my array is 5. Okay, so 5 elements are stored, so then we can call it as the length of array is 5 here. I array dot length, which will give the 5 as a value, and I plus plus. Now I want to print the output as console dot write line. The values of the array are 0, so 0, comma, and the I value, whatever the I value ARR array and the index value. So what I want to print, the array index value I value. So means how this array will work is ARR 0 ARR 0 will have the 1. Okay, ARR 1 will have the 2, ARR 2 will have 3, ARR 3 will have 4, ARR 4 will have 5. So this array index will start from 0. So to print that I value, basically the I is 0, ARR of 0 will print this 1 value, and it as it is incrementing here, it will become increment and print the value. So for that purpose, I am printing like this. Okay, now if I want to execute this one, I can able to see my output, my array elements like this. Whatever my array elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can able to print the array elements. The values of the array are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that we can able to print the output. Same thing if I want to do the with the help of for each loop, we can write like this. So if I don't know the how for each will work, here we have the option, select that for each and press the tab twice. It will give the syntax. So now we can write the code like this. The where item in collection. Collection name, I just need to pass this one. Collection name, our collection name is ARR. I'm just passing this one. And here the values of my array value is just I need to pass the, instead of this one, I just need to pass the item. And if I execute, both will get the same output. See that above statement will print the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this for each statement will print the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So see, now we can understand the difference. So in while working with the for each loop, we just return the where is one special keyword which can handle any data type. Okay, that data type we don't know like what data type it is, that array integer. So but that particular data type it will consider here. And in means in which collection we want to get the value. This is the variable name. We can give any variable name here. So here by default for this for each structure they gave where item is the variable. I can give the a, and same I can use it a here. Instead of array, instead of item, I can give the a, that variable name. This is just variable name. Whatever we want we can give it. And in is a special keyword which represent the collection name. Okay, which represent from which collection I need to get the values. Okay, so like this I need to represent the collection. So I no need to write this where condition, sorry, this a conditional statement. I no need to worry about the what my length it is. I no need to worry about what is incrementation and decrementation. I no need to worry about anything. I just need to write this one line of code, and I just need to print the value directly. Okay, so the intention, what I'm trying to explain here is, if I have a collection like this where it contains multiple values, if I want to iterate that particular collection, for each is the best suitable mechanism where we can follow instead of for loop. I can still able to do with the for loop. With using this for loop, I need to write my own code. So I need to declare one variable. I need to check the array length. I need to increment the value, and here also I need to give the index to get the value. But in terms of for each loop, so nothing we are doing here, just we are writing one for each as a keyword, and whatever the data type variable we want to create, we can create. Or else if you don't know what data type value we want to create, you just can create the value as where here. Okay,
Okay.
where. Or else if you know your data type, you can give the integer as well. So that data
Yes.
type, whatever the data type we want to get, we just declare that one. If you don't know what data type you want, you can still use this where. Okay, if you know if it is the integer, you can still use this one. And in is a special keyword which represent the our collection. Here our collection name is array, which represent the ARR. Okay, and we are just printing the value. So this is the simplest format compared to this for loop. Okay.
Mm.
So, but
Yes, ma'am.
if I want to if I want to work with the for each loop without collection, will not work. For example, on top we have written the for loop from I equal to 1 to I less than or equal to 10 I plus plus. Here we are not representing any collection. Okay. If that is the case, if I haven't represent any collection, it will not work. For each statement will not work. It for each loop will work only with the collections. Collections we have array is one collection, list is one collection, dictionary is one collection. Like that we have different types of collection in our C sharp. For them, if I want to work, this is the best approach. For each loop is the best approach. Okay. Muzaffar, did you
Okay, ma'am.
understand?
This for each loop is very looking very easy, Manan bhai. We are just declaring the variable name
Yeah.
and
And the in keyword and the collection name. This collection name.
collection name.
Okay.
Collection name we are giving,
Yeah, and just whatever the variable
and
we are
just
keeping, we are passing it here.
we are passing it here and we are printing it.
Yeah. So, but the same thing if I want to write with the help of for loop, see how much code we have written.
Yeah, for what I understood, I am telling you that
Yeah.
for each loop we are creating a data variable
Yeah.
and giving a data type and with a collection name,
Yes.
and we are passing a string, and we are giving as a collection name as a over here.
Yeah. ARR.
No, ARR, and at the end, after indexing A, we are passing a
Correct.
what
Correct.
we say, indexing.
Correct. So same thing if we want to do the for loop on top we have written in such a way. So
Okay.
uh, here what I want to explain to you guys here is for loop and for each loop will help us to iterate the particular values to iterate the collection. But in terms
Okay.
of for each loop, the syntax is very simple, and we no need to bother about the length of the array and other thing. It will automatically get that thing. But in terms of
Okay.
for loop, if I want to write, I need to write the array dot length to get the actual length of the array. So that all we need to write our own code. So that is the difference between the for and the for each loop. So let me quickly in 2 minutes summarize this section what we have tried with this particular conditional statement. Basically the conditional statement will help us to control the flow of the execution of a program, to control the flow of the execution of a program. So how we are controlling the program here is if you consider one if statement, I can control the condition based on the given conditional value. If that particular statement will get if that particular condition is true, then only inside that if statement will get executed. And after that we have seen if else, okay, where we can validate true or false conditions. Okay, and after that we have seen if else if, where it can handle a multiple statement, multiple conditions. Okay, and the same if I want to validate multiple statement, we have one more option which is called a switch statement.
Switch.
Okay, after that we move to the for loop where we can print the particular numbers with the range from 1 to 100 or 1 to 200, whatever the range we want to print, we can write our logic. Same we can do with the while loop. The difference between the for and while loop is only syntax difference. No, there is no other difference here. And after that we
Oh,
have seen the do while. So the difference
do what?
between the while and do while is while is the pre-entry conditional check statement. Before executing itself, it is checking the condition. But do while is post conditional check statement. First it will execute statement, then it will validate the condition. Okay, and after that we start working with this for each loop by taking the collection. So with the collection where we have one array is a collection, we just take one array is a collection here where it has multiple values stored under a single name, and we try to print that values with the help of for loop, and same we try to print the values with the help of for each loop. To so now we understand that for each loop is the best loop statement to work with the collections. Okay, so that is all the today's session, Raj and Muzaffar.
Okay.